adventurers return to the dungeon and this time uncover evidence of goblin kind, of lizard men, and they track them to a chamber of horrors. Welcome to Nosh Solo.
Gosh, really got some nice toys here.
All right, so I'm going to simply take the concentrate off of Calvin. There we go. And she now is at 1/3 fatigue points from casting this massive fire cloud. And that's going to have some implications for her. She is, in effect, very tired. So she will have to implement the half move and dodge until she can regain some fatigue points. Okay, on to the next character, and that is Dank the Barbarian. All right, so Dank, let's see. He is going to, now I need to just scroll down, make sure there's nothing additional here that I've noted for him. And I think he's going to try maybe to hit Goblin Scum Sword and Board 5. If he is still stunned, he is mentally stunned. All right. So he is going to attack this goblin right here. Let's see how well he does with the old axe. And he succeeds by 8. So Goblin Scum 5, all he can do is, again, try to block or dodge or possibly parry. He's at -4. Now, I forgot to add a size modifier to Dank's swing, but it doesn't matter. He still would have hit him, even with the size modifier difference. So the goblin is at -4 because of the stun. And he is going to burn, a fatigue point to get a +2. He also has a small shield, which gives him a +1 DB bonus. Let's see if he blocks. And he fails by 4. So, Dank unleashes hell on him as he's standing there in a fiery hell. 19 points of damage. 1-9. Okay, so he hasn't taken any injury to this point. He does take now, let's see, he's got DR of 4. So he takes 15 points of cutting damage multiplied by 1.5, and that should be 22? So 22 points of damage. Ouch. Okay, so he is taken to -9 hit points, and that means that he is going to be at half move and dodge. He also took more than half his hit points. Doubly so, I would say. Anyway, he took more than half his hit points in one blow. So that requires him to make a health check to not be knocked down and physically stunned, but he's already mentally stunned. So let's do that. Let's do a health check. He does not have any special abilities here to offset that, like high pain threshold. So here we go. And he succeeds in his health check. So he will be at -4 for shock. Okay. And he will have to roll to stay conscious on his next turn. All right. Next actor. Good job, Dank. Alishan the Bard. So Alishan, let's see. Who has she not stunned? Probably lots of people. But I'm just going to go down the line here and see. The lot of them are still quite fine. And the lizard man is down to -1 hit point. I think she is going to try to stun that priest again. Yeah, that's what she's going to do. So we'll go over to her bard skill. See if she can roll really well here. And she succeeds by 1. Well, you know this dude is going to totally resist this. Yeah, all right. And Rathric the Cleric. So Rathric wants to add some more DB to Dank now. So we're going to call up Rathric, and let's take a look at his... Yeah, so he's got 7 fatigue points left. And if he just wants to give one point of DB to Dank, that would cost him, well, it'd be 2 energy. But because of the size modifier, it's going to be a bit more. Still reduced by his high skill, though. And so it's doubled. So while he would normally pay 2 points to put 1 DB, additional DB on Dank, it's going to cost him, or it would be 4 energy, which will cost him 3. So that will boost his fatigue costing here from 9 to 12. There we go. And he is going to be at 1/3 fatigue points after this. Although, if he critically succeeds, there is no energy cost, to the best of my knowledge. Well, let's see if he successfully casts Shield on Dank. And he succeeds by 8. So Dank will now get 1 additional DB. And I think I can just write that directly onto Dank's. Yeah. So he has a +1 to DB from Shield spell. Okay. Very well. On to our next actor, and that is Wilhelmina the Thief. Now, she has been targeting the archer. Actually, no, correction. I believe she tried to send an arrow into Goblin Scum 3 here. So she needs to reload or pull her sword. So she's going to try to do a fast draw and cut her reload time. And she succeeds by 5. So she will be reloading and cuts her reload time by 1 second. There we go. Okay, now Dragon-Blooded Priest. So Dragon-Blooded Priest is going to have to be the first to take some damage from this spell, I believe, because it is now in effect, and by the end of this turn, she will have spent a second in this maelstrom. So, what happens? Okay. First of all, let's look at the stats of the Dragon-Blooded Priest. So, the Dragon-Blooded Priest has, let's see, a leather armor suit covering all locations except the face. And so the fire is doing 4 points of damage every second somebody stays in this area spell. So technically, the armor is doing its job by protecting the Dragon-Blooded Priest, except for the face. And the face, if it takes even enough damage to cause shock, will force a health roll and possible falling prone and being stunned. And that's precisely what's going to happen here with anyone in this circle who's armored completely, let alone those who have exposed arms and legs and so on and so forth. So what's going to happen to her is she's going to take, or he, sorry, is going to take 4 points to the face. I'm going to go to my battle damage assessment, and I'm going to simply make a note here that on round 4, the priest takes 4 points burn damage to the face. And now we're going to have the priest do a health check. And the priest fails by 2. So the priest is now stunned and prone and drops whatever it had in its hands, namely a staff. And so that's the battle damage assessment, so I can keep track of this. Shock will go into effect. Let's see if I can drag that onto the priest. Yep. As well as the falling prone. Stunned physical, that's going to happen. As well as falling prone. And I might as well drop that into the hotbar. All right. As well as being partially on fire. That happens when your clothing, I believe, takes 3 or more points of damage in one attack. So on fire partial. I'll drop that to the hotbar. So this dragon-blooded priest is no longer concentrating because they are stunned. So I can take the concentrate off. They're stunned physically, and I guess they can't be in shock at the same time. So I'll take the shock off. But they are prone. And they're partially on fire. How's that for a stacking of effects? Good grief. And I stand corrected. Indeed, the priest is in shock because it's actual damage the priest is taking. All right, so we're going to drag the shock on there as well. So, stunned physically, falls to the ground, on partial fire, and in shock. Gosh, what an awesome area spell. So, on to the next actor. I think we're going to see a lot of repeating of what we just went through, so I may pause this video to simply update the battle damage assessment for everybody. Okay, Goblin Scum Archer 1. Well, I'm going to say that at least the bottom half of their bodies are now being affected by this flame. And so it's the same thing. So I'm just going to pause the video and I'm going to update the BDA. But what you want to know is this archer going to make that health check? Now, one could argue that if the archer is 3 yards above the ground, that means if they're human size, which they are, they don't have size modifier negatives. You could argue that it's only the bottom half of them. And so it's not their face that is taking the burning damage, it's their legs. And their legs take 4 points of burning damage. Now, what's their health, though? Their hit points are, 13. So that's not quite half their hit points. So, no, they wouldn't have to roll against health to not be stunned. But they will be at -4 for shock. So I think that what we'll do here is, we'll apply the 4 points of damage to their legs. Ooh, now this brings an interesting question up. Are they instantly crippled because of the damage to their legs? So they are wearing a mail shirt. They have leather boots, which give them DR2 on the feet. And that's it. No gloves. So they should be taking 2 points of burn damage to their feet, I believe. So yes, their feet would take at least 2 points of damage. Protection from the boots is DR2. Their torsos will be fine because of the DR of 4. Although with split DR, that might be a little different too. So I think I would rule, and some may disagree with me, some may say this is causing large area injury. But I've never liked necessarily that ruling, with the exception, say, if you have a full suit of armor on, that somehow your mail shirt and your exposed legs and your exposed hands and arms and your exposed head should somehow benefit from that DR that isn't clearly covering your body. And so, to my way of thinking, their limbs are exposed and armored. They should be taking the fire damage as per the spell's description. So, yes, their boots are protecting them with a DR of 2. So 2 points of burning damage are affecting their feet. 4 points of burning damage is affecting their legs. 4 points are affecting their arms. Sorry, correction, not arms, because it's only coming up to the waist. So it's the legs and the feet in their boots. And I suppose they're lifting their arms and their bows up because they don't want this fire to be affecting their weapon and the rest of their body. Have I worded that enough times? Okay, I'll pause now and do some BDA. Okay, so I've updated the BDA for Goblin Scum Archer 1, and it should be noted that once for these goblins, damage to the feet exceeds 4 points, and to the legs exceeds 6 points, their feet, their legs are crippled. Simple as that. Okay, so Archer 1 will have to make a will roll to maintain aim on Wilhelmina. And fails. So loses the aim benefit. We'll take that off. The shock will come in effect on his next turn. So we are going to see if he wants to fire that missile at her all the same. So, because he can act, and he'll be at 3 yards distance because of his height advantage. And that 3-yard distance and range gives him a -1 modifier. So he's -1 for his range, -2 for her size mod. And he has not been aiming, so he doesn't get his act bonus. So he's at -3 to hit her. Let's see if he does. And he succeeds by 2. Okay. So Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina has to dodge. So she's going to burn another fatigue point. She's going to get her +2 for her feverish events. She can't really back away, although could she step into this hex? No. That's a very good point. Where did Callowin go? Oh no. Has Callowin disappeared? Did someone come and grab her? What's going on? Oh, she's right here. Sorry. Old eyes. There's Wilhelmina. So she can't really retreat away from this blow. I suppose she could go over here for a move, although she'd step out of her safety zone. So she's just going to have to dodge with what she's got right now. And she succeeds by 7. Oh, awesome job, Wilhelmina. Okay, on to the next character. So it's the same archer, just on the other side, same statistics, I should say. And this archer has been targeting Elysian, but it doesn't appear that I dropped an aim on him. So, yeah, I'm going to say he's going to take an aim on her. But let's do his damage stuff first. So, same principle. He's going to be in shock of -4 next turn. He does not have to roll for any possible stunning, but his legs are going to take damage and his feet are going to take damage. So I will just take a moment to input all that data. Okay, so if he wishes to try and hit her, he wasn't aiming. He's really got not quite the same modifiers because she doesn't have a size mod. So he would be going from a 5-yard to a 4-yard distance, but I don't think there's any change. No, there isn't. It's -2. So he'll be at -2 for the range. No modifier for the size. And he doesn't get an act bonus to his shot. So let's see if he hits her. Success by 4. Okay. So Volition will have to take an act of defense. Let's see here. And it's suddenly dawning on me that if she's had to take an act of defense prior, and I'm now not going to go screaming back up the chat window to look at that, she probably would have had to make a will check to see if she keeps playing her lute and not spoiling the magic she's weaving here.